Lam-rim Chen-mo has more details. Like that. Therefore, like that, you can meditation any kind object, but kamabari you need to always like same. Then try to when explain, when you do kamabari, just put this something to here. Maybe try to your motivation 5 minutes. One time. Try to close your eye, try to everything. Then how they walk. Because you hear always sound always problem, right? We hear anything. Very easy to hear things. Okay? This is how you do meditation, kamabari. The kamabari is the basic. And then, if you really reach kamabari, then you can meditation, compassion, bodhicitta, loving-kindness, because we are very stable. On your mind, very easy, you can get any kind of. Okay? Therefore, like that. Then purpose to study Buddha's teaching is to always to change our mind. Change our mind. No, it's not easy. We say things very much easy, but we do things very difficult. Right? Especially when we have some difficult situation, it's very hard to change our mind. But it's okay. When you have something situation, you can get mad. It's okay. There's nothing wrong. But when, example, what's wrong or what's right, do we know that? Then easy to follow the right direction, easy to try to not follow the wrong direction. If we don't know what's right, what's wrong, then how can we do judge? Get a judge? Oh, this is not good, this is not good. Decide, right? Example, do you guys know the West, Pumba? Pumba? Yeah, do you know Pumba? Vase? Do you know vase? Vase? Part? Vase?
Oh, a vase. Yeah,
vase?
A vase, yeah, no, I say vase. Yeah, like a vase, a thing with a belly.
Yeah, vase, right? Vase. Vase. If there are so many things someplace, someone ask her to ask, can you get the vase or that? He didn't have any idea what's vase. He couldn't find. If he knows the vase, then he goes, oh yeah, there's no vase. Very easy. Oh yeah, we call this a vase. Right? Therefore, it's good to know what is right, what is wrong, what kind mind is. It's a wrong mind. We cannot follow that. We need to find like that. Then easy to control that. Okay? Okay, now we're going to read this text. We are today going to 12 links, right? We're going to read all 12 links, then we would explain much that we can, just slowly. Okay? What are lines? Okay? 드링아 로요. 위. 알레, 좀 올려둬요. 내우란 통도죠. Okay? First the ignorant. Start the ignorant. Before ignorant, they go the Longdo, Salujavin, Dole Somos. The Tembe, Salujavin, do Sombi Gops, she Tayan, the European, the Jones, Tanma Loshana. Refund? Ah. Oh, Maripat, Mamma don't go to door. Everyone see? Refund?
So just before that, 307, there is quotation from the Rice Seedling Sutra, as it was says, because this exists, that will occur. Because this has arisen, that will arise. Similarly, because of ignorance, the combination of factors, etc., will come. So, in other words, there are 12 interdependent links as follows. So first, we're going to read the 307. This is the root of our going around in samsara. We are ignorant of how to understand self. And we, with specific persons or phenomena, we hold that they have a self or that they can be established by their own nature. Ignorance is our preserved manner of apprehension that contradicts the cognition of primal wisdom. This is like being united and blind. There are two forms of ignorance: ignorance of cause and effect, and of suchness.
저도 로션은
많이 보다 정말. 근데 요즘 정말.
중요로 싫으면도. 되는 것도 상관이니까 내가 대시 자식으로. 저도 로션은. 양원은 머리 봐주고 시작하면 맞아.
레레지네시나.
야, 된다도 정말 머리 봐 시작인다스. 대단 간조 코알랑 코야가 제대 아니 코알랑 코야가 간조 간조 라샤스가 제세면 같은 땐데라 주니에서 간도 요랬어.
And so these factors, right? So that causes us to circle in cycle existence, and that's called the 12 interdependent links.
아니 초도되는 데 앞에나 살루지는 돌에서 용도에. 아니 니나 앞에다 니다나 땐데 슈도에서 있다. 니나 따고 니나라 차상 요런 너도 빼자 차상. 나 람름 니나라 내 옆에 내 주세 함시 내 옆에 내 준데 제wen 내 제마도 특대 마시면도 저도 되나요 나면.
So like we read that sutra, right? The Rice Seedling Sutra, where it says, because this exists, that occurs. Because this has a reason, that will arise. And so it's talking about cause and effect, right? And interdependent, how the cause depends on the result, and the result depends on cause, and so forth, right? So in the other text, there's called a general meaning of interdependence. In general meaning of interdependence, there's the whole text about just the dependent, interdependent, and there it explains more in more detail. Just here, it only says that few lines here, right?
And dinala kalabs na gelong ta ase. That's how you know some gelong ta ase. See tenjin rawan jawan thwati chunthong res.
And so in that text, Buddha said, bhikshus, right? The bhikshus, so whoever sees the interdependence sees the phenomena.
아니 세계 진통화돼 아니 산지 고마도부터 그래서 말이래서
And whoever sees the phenomena will achieve state of Buddhahood.
다 오늘 딘딘 통과에 취득 가나 아니 다 됐어 아니 늦게는 늦게 너희들 늦게 되네들에서.
So what is the phenomena that you have to see, and by seeing which you will achieve state of Buddhahood? So that phenomena is the interdependence.
Okay.
So because this exists, and therefore this occurs. So because this has arisen, therefore this arises. So it's all talking about the interdependence.
제자 아니 장부름 시는 요소도 돈이다 땡땡이가 내가 쓰셔나 돈이 레장 땡땡다 내가 쳐버려 송도와.
And so just like His Holiness usually used to say that, which one is more important? Is it the interdependence or emptiness? And he says in interdependence is more important than emptiness.
간으로 디시 땡데 도배 탈람에서 배자 간으로. 이들아 거제지 쓰여 싸워치면 디시들은 어디 년주여 와지 샤주게 sem여 와 있나 양 코에 싸워쳐도 말이 대단 코에 싸워치지데 뭐니 제지데 돈이래 옛날에 돈이 또 탈람배 소매 왔지 땡데 또 탈람배 소매 내가 요래 송도.
And so therefore in the three principal aspect of the path text, Lama Tsongkhapa said, therefore strive in understanding the interdependence. So it says, even if you have realized renunciation of bodhicitta, but if you have not understood the interdependence, then you will not be able to be free from cycle existence. And so instead of saying strive in understanding emptiness, he says strive in understanding interdependence. So That shows the importance of the understanding interdependence.
아니 타나지나 너여빈 던주 느끼면 대체세 되가 아니 단다다 강도 출루세가 남는 잠블리세가 남는 메모모 캔레다 바데 아니 참아 아니 다 강사 지가 루요가 내데 다니 가서 쭈샤와도 소샤와세 대대 따다 말해서 간도 랍교 레스페션이 나는 너여빈 던주세야 돼.
And so also here, talking about because this exists, that will occur. Because this has arisen, that will arise. So this again also defeats that statement where many people say, "Oh, everything is created by a god or something, something like a power out there that creates everything." So that this also like kind of defeats that statement.
그래서 나 요함에 외치는 나 안에 직등기 누보 가는지에는 수수소고 비네 그러 다 그러고 뭐르 템베 제나 jenjing 해도 송말한테 그런 듣고요래 대송거래.
So because everything in this world, everything that exists, exists by depending on something, right? So and also when something is produced, it has to be produced by a similar kind of cause. Cannot be produced by something else. It has to be similar kind of cause.
And
so like a flower, there's a different color of the flowers, right? So the white flower, yellow flower, red flower. So do they each have different seeds? So from the red flower seed, will there be a yellow flower? So it has to be, similar kind of cause, right? So if it is a different kind of cause, then it will not ripen same result. And then also it has to have the potential, right? So the cause and condition has to have the potential to produce the result. Without the potential, it will not be able to produce the result. So for example, like if the seed of the red flower is rotten, then it doesn't have the potential to produce the red flower.
And
then mostly, when you're talking about cause and condition, so things that arise or are produced by dependent cause and condition are mostly referring to impermanent things. And so it is, to understand that all these the results that come from depending on cause and conditions are from the impermanent phenomena. So there is no way, for a permanent phenomena to depend on cause and conditions.
It's okay? Yeah. See slowly. Okay. What is that? And it and that
so it's a very profound to understand about cause and condition by depending on cause and condition.
By that, then they let you say, I think I don't call and quota, Galatian call you, soon call and coach you. Guardian call you, taking never connected with the tongue of the Rotando.
So these 12 link, 12 interdependent links, explains how we circle in cycle existence. What causes us to circle in cycle existence?
Benandina Kashika, yes, yeah.
Sorry, what is it says ignorance of cause and effect and of suchness. Can you explain, is suchness just seeing something as it is interdependently? Or
Suchness.
What is suchness?
대코는이 뭔가 말고 있어야 돼.
아니 대코는이라는 다 똥반이라 뭐 똥반이 때마다 올라가.
So suchness means the reality or emptiness, right? So emptiness or the reality. So ignorance of suchness means ignorance of not understanding reality or not understanding the emptiness. So the first one you understand, right? the ignorance of the cause and effect. So not understanding that effects or results come from cause. That ignorance, is the first one, which is the kind of more gross, and then the suchness, is more subtle.
Okay. 어디지 답변에 땡데로 중에서 배당 가서 배나 잘라지 못하지 나도 못하지 소발라 잘라 가서 참고
So like in interdependence, when we talk about interdependence, when something has to depend on other things for it to exist or for it to be produced. Yeah, so when we have to build a car, what does it have to depend on?
The mechanic, the parts.
배나 당봉어서 잘라도 쳐서 거로 와서
So you need all the parts first, right? So all the parts together.
근데 될 내가 쟁에 잘라 못 보이고 거로 와서.
And then there are also the other tools, to put them together, right?
아니
Parts to put together.
아니 다 대잘라 치에서 잡으면 근데 모터 인세 고 노도리 생각도 주대용 거로 와서.
And then somebody who puts it together, right? So after that, then so you have this solid thing, which we label as a car.
아니 대절라 땅가 요게 인세지 근데 몸부이 맞는 가서 라바 용 못도 가서 가서 라바 용을 몸부 적은도 와.
And then so that car now, which you can buy, right? So you're able to buy that car because of all those things. Without those things, without all those cause and conditions, you'll not be able to have car in your hand.
당보 잘라 주지. 아니 되네 송케 요가지. 아니 대소저로 다 모터 세트 받지. 다 대트세절라 아니 시에는 가서 송케 용거도 와서.
So first you have all the parts together, right? And then you have somebody who put it together, a mechanic, and then you have this thing called car, and then somebody can sell it, and then we are able to buy it.
Okay. 어디 다 두셔네 가지 다 닝아도 다 마리바센도 마리바스나 아니 미시발라 그래서.
So ignorance, right? So ignorance is not knowing, not understanding or not knowing, right?
그러와 아니 된데다 마리바세데 땅가서 준다마 봐서로 너서 쳐다 만다와 요래. 너서 직대 딱 켈렌다 만다와로.
So different tenets have a different assertion, about the ignorance.
Okay. 다 강터를 다 가서 수도도로 오잖아. 라엘라 몸베 남베지베 sem주세시. 들랑도.
So in short, it is a mental factor, that is ignorant of its object.
Okay. 아니 다 강래에서 봐야나 다들 차선 좀 거지. 근데다 땅가서 가지나 말이 봐도 간이 이거는 단단 간도 jelaya 간지 강사가 단도 세죠. 강사가 단도 세 대도 세죠. 엔 티긴 좀바데다 노르데요레스. 아니 대 메바 토벨로틀라 아니 다 가로 담에 토벨로스 마리베 가다 문도 쇼벨로 페나 로치라든다 다다 마로 니오거스 파. 리페이싱 가다 문도 쇼고세 랍초거레 몽바스 랍초거레.
So normally, generally when we refer to ignorance as a cause of the cycle existence, then that's mostly referring to the ignorance of suchness, which is not understanding the reality, not understanding that things exist by depending on a name, part, and so forth, right? So that ignorance. So to remove that ignorance, to cut that ignorance, you have to develop the wisdom that understands the reality. So these are two opposite minds, directly contradicting with each other. And so you're looking at one single object, and one sees that it exists from its one side. Then other looks at that very object and says, no, it doesn't exist from its own side. So that the way they look at it is completely contradicting with each other. But they are looking at the same object, like that. So that's called that's how you have to be like directly contradicting, mind.
그냥 알아서 이질라만 이틀라 가벨로치나 텔라 마가벨로도 시작해 말했어.
And so when you have one mind over that object, other mind doesn't come. Like the opposite mind doesn't come. Like when you like something, the mind not liking that thing will not come.
그러봐. 되네.
Is it like that?
되네서 가서 자다 인연도 봐냐. 랑은도 저 라자와 저번 좀 봐줘라. 다 텔라 말이 발라 그래.
And so we think that all are, so when we like something, we think that, oh, that's nice, that's good from its own side. We don't think that it's projected by our mind as a good, as a bad. And then that's why we see like everything exists from their one side. And therefore we have this strong grasping at people as friends and enemies.
Okay? 답변은 지나서 수수직 세대된다. 그냥 간주 싫어하고 말은 거 소화할 내가 말은 가데 네 가다 대바로 정교로 라차다바 정교상 간주 소화할 내가요 말은 거 내가 말이다.
Normally we don't see or we don't feel that we are grasping at true existence. We are grasping at things existing from their one. We don't feel that. We don't see that. So when you like if you really put an effort, make an effort to see that way, then maybe you will see in that way. Otherwise, normally we don't have that feeling of seeing something as exists from its own side.
간주 가르는 것은 간주 내차 셰당 공조 선바치 오면 강이 태가 좀 통과를 해서 이나 뒤 잡로라 뭐네 노라 생긴데 수임간 통과요 말이야.
So we see attachment. We feel the attachment, right? So when we see, we feel attachment. When we don't like, when we like something, we feel the attachment. When we don't like something, we feel the anger, right? We feel happy, we feel the unhappiness. We can feel that. But we don't see the main cause behind, there, which is making us to see all these things as likable or dislikable and like that.
저도 강사 대마도 나게도 나도 나게도 아자테 데트와서 나게도 소용돼.
So do you have that feeling of seeing something as existing from their own side? Do you have the feeling of seeing things as existing truly or existing, self-sufficiently and substantially?
Yeah.
You have that feeling?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, you? Okay.
That's there.
말만 지나서 계실라 되면 저는 어떻게 계실라서면 코랑군데 트바다 란트 트바 좀 소용고 말지.
So you say, yeah, there's a Geshe there, but you don't have that feeling saying, oh, Geshe is existing from its own side. You don't have that feeling.
Yeah.
You do see Geshe there, but you don't have that feeling thinking that, oh, Geshe exists from its own side.
되는 거 소leg 말은 가서 배나 코랑군데 트바다 란차도 소leg 그때 계실라래서 곧 동그래서.
So we just see something, like Geshe or anything, we see like, oh, this is him or this is that, we don't think that, oh, he's existing from his own side, he's existing truly, he's existing self-sufficiently.
Those thoughts don't come in, only
Yeah.
if you think.
Yeah.
If I see things, it doesn't come. But
Yeah,
if I
exactly.
really consider it and meditate, and then
Yeah, only if you make effort
Yeah,
right,
right.
to understand, to think in that way.
제가 들 남중 가서 간저 대마트만 나마 다트만 나한테 가서 능게요 신경 말은 가서 때 소화실 내가 말해.
So we do, things do appear as existing from their one side to us, but we don't have that feeling or that understanding that things are existing from its own side.
Okay. 다 디건 레벨라 나도 semba 마치 와도 페라 가고도 페 가고무도 용서하다 디 소화는 것도 내기 어렸어요. 디 용서 써와도 담보 나도 휴침부 잘못도 요 그거 푸시해야 돼 그래.
And so therefore, we feel like, oh, I like this, I don't like this, I hate this, I love this, all these things come. But we don't see that, oh, this is coming because I'm thinking of it as existing from its own side. We don't think that, But it is because of that. So there is something behind that, the ignorance, of the suchness, that makes us, to think it exists from its own side, and then from there, then we see the things as good, bad, ugly, and so forth.
Okay. Who like this color? Why?
I like red.
Why you like red? I like yellow. Why you don't like this? No, we can say red. You say, why you don't like yellow? I like yellow. I can say that, right? I say, why you don't like yellow? But I like yellow. Tida yellow la ngasa you collect those. Ina ngaju thing ngati pushi wa ngaju to leg mare.
So because I like it, we don't say, just like it, but I like it. There comes the I like it, yeah? So that's an I, grasping at the I, that pushes us to like it. We don't see that. We want to say, oh, I like it.
ina ngaju 대조에 방은 통고 말해.
So we don't see that, as a fault.
디가 ngaju 쪄 제가 방은 통고 말해.
So we don't even see that this is, causing problem. We don't see that as a problem. Seeing that's, liked by me, liked by I like it, is problem. And also we don't see that as causing problem.
제대 딘데이다 다 ngaju 배나 ngaju 남주 대제다 ngaju 시단 ngaju 나게다 ngaju 나와다 ngaju 신경 말해 간데 랑문데 잡아 나도 잡아 나사이 도도 나가 나가다 ngaju 소르고요 말 신경 말해.
So usually, things appear as existing from their one side to us. Right? It's very solid from their one side, existing from their one side. That's how it appears to us. But we don't understand that's how it's appearing to us.
다 가래고래서 옛나 배는 다내 로치근데 약보 성분 내 로치근데 따다 많이 봤은 다된 예찌라면 다다 말로 이용고 그러다.
And so now there's this mind that says, I like this red. I like red flower. Right? And then And then I like red flower, as exists from its own side, because you see that it's a solid there, it exists from its own side. And then there has to be other minds that no, it doesn't exist from its own side. So you have to have these two minds, apprehending the same object, but in a completely contradictory.
Shedam demba chamara sevaina ngando number tadam chang keling marwas. Bena umawamato shindo demba chama demba mato keling marwa. That chamara sede ngando tadam sami keling go yorwa.
So the self-existent, right? So existing, by itself, by its own power, or self-sufficiently, and then existing truly. So even when you say existing truly, when we say, oh, things do not exist truly, that's only accepted by the higher, tenets, right? Even the lower tenets, even in a Buddhist tenet, the tenets don't accept that. But when it's self-existent, is accepted by all.
Okay. Da nozo tawa kadak shaje chushi sai ju chunde de shigde. Tawa kadak shaje.
So you know the four seals, right? The four seals.
What are they?
Composite phenomena and impermanent. All phenomena are selfless and empty. All phenomena are in the nature of suffering. All contaminated phenomena are in the nature of suffering. All phenomena are empty and selfless, and nirvana is true peace.
Good. Tenje inza sache tanju dunga wasana ani lening ong showi chukanya bate dunga graja des.
So when you say all contaminated phenomena, right? What's the contaminated? Contaminated by karma and delusion, right? So anything that is produced by karma and delusion is suffering.
Yeah. But nadu mota de dunga graja des.
What about our car? Is our car suffering?
No, car brings us here.
No, it gets a scratch and then it's suffering. You're like, we scratched my car.
가지 코로나 동화라면 가지 콜라 되는 것도 동화 다 지마쳐 연구 여러 봐. 답제되지 동화와 이거로.
쇼탐지 동시다네.
아니 추도 사제되지 동화와. 안 되지 답제 못 답아. 아니 당번 되지 답제 못 답아. 되지 답제 못 답아 라지레. 사제되지 동화와레. 추다지 동시 담이 베게 남바다 하고와 있나? 애들한테 영향을 되고 뭐 토거레스.
So if you understand that, right? So if you understand all the impermanent phenomena are, all the compounded phenomena are impermanent, and all the contaminated phenomena are suffering, and all phenomena are empty of the self and true existence. And if you understand that, then you will achieve the nirvana, and that will be the real peace.
Okay. Maybe can you give her to book? That book that? The right book you can. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh good. Okay. 근데 다 가서 되는 마리바스에 대한 것도 하고 그래. 마리바스 하마고나 마리바테 노르게 방도 시기 말이와.
So we have to understand the ignorance, right? Otherwise, if we don't know, then we are ignorant, but we don't even know we are ignorant.
세상 가서 나사라고 지금 봐야 나사 띵 도도데 파 고야 싸워대 마치 소리도 나도 멤버도 잘 도나시면 돼.
And so
멤버도 도나셔 지금 돼. 나사 띵 꼭 맞던다 소리도 watch나.
And so so that we know if we don't understand the real cause, we won't be able to solve the problems. So when we go to see the doctors, if they don't know the real cause, for that disease, they couldn't cure it, right? So they have to understand that. So maybe this thing, maybe that thing, those are other small things that causes the disease, doesn't help so much.
Okay. 들으셔. 나도 나사로나 나서 띵데 다 가르나 나도 차원 발 거는데 멤버도 매트면 도. 자가도나 나도 카드 걸은 거면 4월 3일 가도 것도 되는데 되면 도. 델레야 가지나 나서 싸워도 딩데 가워서 따지다 나 네버 피 뭐네 속에는 들어줘야 되겠나. 매트면 도. 가는 나서 띵 뭐네 가려 봐고 먹고.
So here, if you have a fever or a headache, they don't give you medicine right away, right? Says, what's causing the fever? What's causing the headache? They try to find that. So the root, of the disease, right? So they're trying to find out. So they don't give it right away. Like in India, if you say fever, they will give medicine for fever right away. If you have like headache, give the medicine right away for headache. But here you try to find out. So even if the person is like having 104 degrees fever, still don't give the medicine for fever because they want to find out what's the real cause of that and what's causing that.
Then some 남중에도 곰라고 저 샴바도 니제도 곰 지금 놈의 님을 곰나 곰라고 잡나. 삼some 때선 판거래서 이나 디 놈오바 싸와도 째마도 고 깨는 고 딱서야 나요 그래.
So just like that, of course, other positive minds like loving kindness, compassion, that can help you too, right? To calm your mind. So if you have angry towards somebody, and then if you just meditate on love and compassion, that will, of course, bring your mind down, calm it down. But it doesn't completely, destroy that mind. I mean, completely get rid of that mind, because later, when you meet with the condition, anger rises up right away again.
Okay. 다음 가지고 다들 trouble 가디는 거 같나 배나 처럼 미질라 빼 가오셔나 빼 무지고 토와치고 가오셔나 티가 모델 못해 안 되면 좋지나 그래서 야 처럼 미지가 콘트롤 쉬우지사는 모든 돈들이나 티가 곧 되면 안 그래서.
So when we have this very strong emotions like love or anger towards somebody, at that time that true existence of that person appears to us. When we love somebody, we think that person is truly like that. When we are angry towards somebody, we think that person is truly bad like that.
나도 샤라님은 되게요. 즈메 다메 트메 로메 레자메 간도 되게 와서. 남지 내가 여러와. 나 즈요 다요 트요 레자 간가 여러와. 여러와.
So just like we recite in the Heart Sutra, there's no form, no feeling, no no sound, no smell, and so forth, right? But usually there is a form, there is a feeling, there is a sound, there is a smell and everything, right?
Right? 다dik 되나 가르서나?
So why do we say no sound?
미치 가도 라그러 봤어. 전화도 남비가 다음에 라가도 다요 nga 칼라사요 nga 로고요 모라당에 라가 지걸나 대랑도 레 망가고 야가고 그러와.
So you have to understand what does it mean when you say there's no form or no sound. What does it mean, right? So you have to understand that. So like usually when in Buddhism we say it's a selfless, right? There's no self. What do you mean by there's no self? There is a self. I'm here, I'm eating, I'm talking, I'm driving, all these things. So what do you mean by I'm not there? So you have to be able to answer to that.
조정한 도대.
Do you see Geshe?
미치 Geshe 열었는데 열에 와서 조정 내가자서.
So if someone were to ask you, is that Geshe? Do Geshe exist? You say yes, he does exist, right? What will you say? He exists or no?
Yes.
이거는 빼자는가 혈안님보다는 손도 왔어. 다메라도 왔어.
But what about the text, which says there's no self?
He's dependent arising.
You always have to ask for empty of what? That's what Aniyashi told me. It's not just empty. It's empty of what? Empty of existing from his own side. You always have
그래서
똥바sam만 해서. 랑을 두고 똥바다 했어.
제자 랑은도 저비요 말했으려고 그러다. 다 가리요 말했나? 그 랑은도 저비요 말했으려고 생각이로.
So, when you say, Geshe, what do you mean by Geshe? There's no form, or no, just like that, there's no Geshe, right? There's no Geshe. So what do you mean by there's no Geshe? There's no Geshe exists from his one side, yes.
다 Geshe 코는 랑은나 코는 빙도 코스로 빠지지래. 코는 야랑도 코는 로도 코는 거로 고마자게도 왔어. 레바이나?
Yeah, he exists from his one side. He's doing everything by himself. He's walking by himself. He's talking by himself. He's doing things by himself.
Yeah.
So he's existing from his one side. So we do think in that way, right? We said existing from his one side. So just because he's doing things by himself doesn't mean he exists from his one side. So when we say he doesn't exist from his own side, what it means is that when you look for him, you will not find him. So now look for him. Which one is him? Which one is Geshe? Is it his head? Is it his organs? Is it his body? Which one? Is it his mind? Which one is Geshe? If you look in that way, you will not find Geshe.
도저히 가도 얘매도 들어다. 들리 매완자 간중을 요와 난거다. 요와 피기 도도 요와 라는도 저 라도 요 도도 난거래. 대 노로레스. 대 노르발 때니 Tenoragana ngasi, oda ngasi shuchimbo, tenores, ngasi the chor pats and yegamares. China ngasi with the Ganzu you were telatene, Arana Chabi Chapa, Yadam with Dama. Telatinita lumba tramadibaches.
So that's the thing, you know. So when we say, you know, things exist, you know, we think as existing from its own side by itself. But so the meaning of not exist from its own side, or not, there's no self-existent, is that he does not exist from his own side. Means like you cannot find him when you look for him, right? And but because we think of him or anything as existing from his own side, solid by itself, you know? And therefore when we have that grasping at things as exist from their own side, very solid, and therefore, you know, we have attachment to things that we like, anger to the things we don't like, and through that, then we create all these actions, which brings in all the sufferings. So as scientists, are they able to find I, self? Are they able to find self? But don't they say the brain is I?
They say the whole body is I.
The whole
They say
body.
the combination of the brain and body and everything is I.
So if the body and the brain is the I, then why don't you call the corpse, you know? That has the brain and body, right? Why don't you call that that I? Huh? What happened to the brain?
It died.
It died. How did it die?
Through causes.
Gyume. What is the cause?
Sickness.
Nasa.
And Nasa they could label Pogumo, Company upon the hero, Tron and hero was. Lebadina?
So the disease, you know, strikes, you know, to the other part of the body, right? Something, right? So like, you know, heart or, you know, other organs, and because of that person die, right? Not to the brain itself directly.
It could be.
Pena.
It could have a brain aneurysm.
The blood doesn't get the nutrients, doesn't get the blood, it doesn't get the...
Chena Mikaji, Commission and Many Island to get what. And to me check it.
So some people they have no, you know, no legs, you know, like completely like below the hip, they don't have that part of the body. So what they are now is half person. Is a full person or half person?
Me check out. Not 10 years, not 10 years was. Yanachi mother me check out like 10 years.
Yeah, there is a term there, right? It is a half person. Is it? Is that a term? In Tibetan they use, you know, if they don't have complete senses or complete limbs, then they say, oh, he's a half person.
Yeah.
I think you have to think about how many limbs you have to take away for it to stop being a person. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, like that in a two children on the pa and she Java in a kanji, therapy ko Jablo that tape, Pang on Tongo Marla Majiko and the Shijatoman.
So yeah, usually, you know, the scientists, you know, they don't explain the self or anything like that, right? In that way, you know, not like we do. Like if you look for the self, you won't be able to find it.
That Kanda Nando Nambelune, Dame said the Labat in the Hako and another Karipeg, Kari Yutanga, what Jeju was.
So now we have to understand what's the point of understanding selflessness, right? If you understand there's no self, how does it benefit you?
단단간도 질레바 가두고 좋아 용하다 라쇼라 첩에 차바다 잔쇼라 다음에 나와요 벌는간도 가두고 좋아 용거를 되래도.
So right now we have this feeling, you know, of love and hate, right? You know, someone we like, we have love, you know, feeling, and then someone we don't like, we have a hate feeling, hateful feeling, right? So that comes from where?
나라 되는 거죠.
From the
Ah,
I,
the
right?
ngeset.
From the I, because I like that person, therefore, you know, that's a good feeling. I don't like that person, therefore, that's a bad feeling.
딘들라 때네 딘이 가 슈지보다는 네 배나 남이 딘이 소소 나치 딘이 네 조가 네 제메 네 조보 네 조모 아니 네 침세 네 파열 아니 네 자컵세 딘이 강가 디반시아 샤오랑도.
So first we have this grasping at the I, then from there comes mine, right? My family, my relatives, my country, my neighbor, and then you all this like divide, you know. So those who are not my neighbors, then there's the others, you know, so then you don't care about them or you hate them like that. So all that comes from first starting with I, grasping at the I.
딘이 인상 대응 안도 슈침보요 안도 통고요만 조고요만 가도 땡 안도 슈침만 안도 걔가 조고요 말이 대여발라 때네 안도라 가디나 누가 저 무치와지 용거를 까매.
So we don't understand that, that we have this strong grasping at I. We don't understand that. We don't even feel that, right? But we have that. Because of that, then there comes all these problems.
베나 메리 알아봐 뭐 그러면 내 잡아요. 내 잡아요. 내 가요. 내 가요 말이야. 제다 소수절에 잡아 제중할 때는 내 가요 얘기도 왔어.
So like Marian likes red, I don't like red. I like yellow. So she has more attachment, to the red because of liking, the red, and I have more attachment to the yellow because I like yellow.
다내 니마치 들 마치 차 돌아서나 다뭘 소월래 그래. 날 소월래 말이야. 다 내일 지시는 날 소월래 그래.
So if the red flower withers, it falls apart, then she will feel bad, and I will not feel bad.
그러나
But if the yellow flower goes bad, then I feel bad. She doesn't feel bad.
그러나 수수대 잡아 제중이야 동도와.
So that's because of our attachment, right? If I was not attached to the yellow, in the first hand, if I was not attached to the yellow, right? If yellow goes bad, then I don't care. It will not bother me. But because I was attached to that, then when it dies, it hurts me.
배 차샤와이나 안조 칼라베나 가르소도. 베나. 오마 간도 녹여 왔지. 이나 간도 오마 녹여 와 먹어 왔지. 가디나 오마 통대와이나. 그 나기 나 통대와이나. 오마 녹여 와 먹어 와이나. 간지 오마도 가로. 반대로 제가 말어.
So just like some kind of food, it hurts you if you don't know that. Right? Milk, if you're allergic, to milk, and you didn't know that, and then you keep drinking milk, and then you keep, feeling this, having this bad, feeling in your body, but you didn't know it was because of milk. And then you keep drinking milk, and you should keep on getting that. So you will not know. If you didn't know that it was the milk, you will not know that bad feeling was coming from the milk, and you will keep drinking milk.
제자 맨라고서 땀이 심해라고서 내가리 대 가려 오마가 나서 매워 자루다 야 고마한테 골래 그러 봐.
And then so you think you don't know what it is, and you take some kind of medicine, like some herbal medicine or something, and then you take that, then you feel better. But because you didn't know that it was because of the milk, and then you drink milk, and then it comes back again, and the same feeling, same bad feeling comes back again.
아니 저 오마는 통하던 잠시나 텔레테네 영에 등하다 연구 말아 봐.
And so when you understand that it was from the milk, and then you stop drinking milk, then that problem that came from drinking milk will not be there.
오게 대도 직방 안 주고 단다 등하다 잠을 받다 요서 싸와대 간다 단데 시가 말이 대시와이나 대가 다세대 오늘 수수 싸만이 라원이 매바 카가 나와시고 많이 받지 수수 된다고 초회가 있다니 정말이나 아니 나도 제라 봐 단데 최신백이 누가 뭐 보고 좋은로 그래.
So just like that, when we come to understand all these sufferings that we are going through comes from the delusions, especially the ignorance, and then we will be able to overcome. And if we understand that, and then we apply to that, and apply that practice, then not just like saying, oh, things do not exist from its own side, but really having that feeling that things do not exist. Yeah, we can say from our mouth, verbally we can say, but from the mind, do we feel that? So we have to have that feeling that things do not exist from their own side. So when we see that, then we will not have attachment and anger, and then we will not have those bad actions created because of that. And then that way we can be free from the suffering.
대단 간조 고야티 간 노야게 대와테 수수 덤더만 영화다 간 모두 둥아도 많이 왔대 된다 먼저 고야게 대와 수 데려와.
So the main thing is to understand how we can achieve the happiness that we want, right? And how we can get rid of the sufferings that we don't want.
오케이 이나 다 대시다 단도주콜라 뺑 고뇨 타고 쇼여는데 시당 파 타고 전에 빼 무슨 잡고 잠오래서요. 그 다가셔나 그 답대원도 그래. 그래서 레라운 곳에 애들이 말이.
So it has a different level, right? So if you just say, okay, it's not exist from its own side, that's it. So it's simple. But if you really dig into it, then it can be very complicated, very complicated and really not easy to understand.
그래서 다 대콜란 저가라 뭐 tsongkhapa 침볼 람-rim chen-mo 다 나라 제시제와 열다.
And so about that, there's a really good detailed explanation about this in the Lama Tsongkhapa's Lam-rim, the Great Lam-rim.
아니 근데다 오케이 다 되네 이제 단 Now I have to go. Okay? You guys come late. Now I'm going to leave early. This is the cause. And then, okay, you guys recite the prayers slowly, okay? You don't have to rush. I have to go. Then, okay?
Thank you. Okay. All right. All right. Turn to page 39 of the prayer book.